Hey, what's going on? It's the Bearded One back at you again. New video. Hey, so in today's video, we're going to be breaking down closing costs for a VA loan. Okay, so there's a lot of misconception out there that states that as a VA loan, you don't have to pay closing costs. Unfortunately, that's not the case. There are some fees that you will have to pay at closing that will have to come from you. But I want you to stay tuned to this video. I'm going to tell you a tip on how you don't have to pay anything. All right, so be right back. All right, so let's get into today's video. But before I do that, let me quickly and briefly introduce myself. My name is Maurice Murphy. I am the Bearded One. And who am I? So I'm a licensed Florida realtor, and I service the Northeast Florida area, which is basically Duval County, Clay County, St. Johns County, and Nassau County. All right, so on this channel, what do I talk about? I talk about VA buyer tips and information. Also talk about information on how to get your home sold very fast and efficient. I talk about what's going on around the city of Jacksonville. And last but definitely not least, talk about beards. My favorite thing. All right, so that sounds like something you're interested in. Definitely click the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and click notification bell, and let's grow the community. All right, so let's get into today's video. Let's talk about closing costs. So I've had a few deals where buyers, for lack of a better word, assume that they didn't have to pay for closing costs. That's far from the truth. So as a VA buyer, you still are required to pay some closing costs. So let's go over the things that you have to pay. And I'm gonna read off my list so I don't forget anything. So you do have to pay a VA funding fee. If you haven't had a chance to watch my VA funding fee video, I'm gonna give you another video. I'm gonna put it in the cards somewhere up here, and you go watch that video, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how you cannot pay for that VA funding fee. So make sure you go watch that video. If you have to pay for the VA funding fee, that's added. And the second thing is the VA appraisal. Next thing is you have to pay for a credit report for them to pull your credit. Any loan origination fees maybe have to be paid, title insurance, and that's basically title insurance basically protects you as the homeowner to make sure you have a free and clear title. You don't want to have some type of title where there could be any type of liens, city nuisance liens, whether it be repair liens, or any type of bankruptcy lien, anything that could cloud your title. That's what the title insurance covers to ensure that you have a clean title. Any recording fees that the county charges you, you want to make sure that's a part of your closing costs. And last but definitely not least, any discount points that you decide to help buy down your interest rates. Okay, so that's a few of the many things that you have to pay in closing costs. Let's not forget you have to pay your taxes up front, you have to pay your insurance up front, and I think you pay CDD. That's another topic for another video, but those upfront costs you have to pay when you have a closing cost, HOA, and also taxes and your actual insurance. So those three things have to be paid for up front. All right, so that dispels the rumor you have to pay closing costs. Now here's the tip on how to not pay closing costs. So if you don't want to pay any closing costs, find yourself a great professional real estate agent like myself that can help you move past that to where we can negotiate with the potential seller on them paying your closing costs for you. All right, so if you don't have a professional that's helping you and serving your best interest to help you not pay as much in closing costs, you're doing yourself a disservice. All right, so quick story before I go. I had a buyer here recently, bought a house, and we were able to get all of her closing costs paid for by the seller. What did that result in? It resulted in her having a lower interest rate. That resulted in her having to pay no money for closing costs. And the third thing was it gave her a check back at the end. Like, come on now. That don't make any sense. She got a check back at the end and had some money in her pocket as she walked out the door with her new keys or a brand new house. All right. So that's just a tip for you. Okay. So that's all I have for you. Make sure you get with a real estate professional that can best serve your interests. All right. So I am the Bearded One, licensed Florida realtor. All right. So I'll see you in the next video. All right.